most executives are using this week to finalize their to-do list. But if you're looking forward to 2026, the most important list you may work on is your to-stop list. I recently read a book by Ogmandino, The Greatest Salesman Ever. And one of the fundamental principles of this book was replace bad habits with good habits. But if we're not actively taking a stock of what are the items that are draining me or costing me, then how do you know what you want to stop doing in the future? So from my perspective, here are a few things that you want to take off or add to your to-stop list. The first thing is the admin avalanche. If you're doing repetitive tasks over and over, writing reports, presentations, proposals, scheduling, any kind of logistics, if you add up your hourly rate, I'm sure that by passing some of these transactional, minimal, busy work tasks to technology, it makes more sense, because if you're making $100 or $200 an hour, you're paying someone versus technology that can do it for $5 an hour, then the fundamental principle of business is how much more can I make within a time span. So the first thing on your to-stop list, the admin avalanche. Secondly, the dashboards. I see millions of dollars being pumped behind these data BI projects. Now, yes, export your information and you have all of these fancy charts, but that's telling you what happened yesterday, versus predictive AI will tell you the steps that you need to make today in order to improve your outcomes for tomorrow, to really unlock those profits. So cut down on the dashboards and the reporting and implement technology that's really helping you to know, earlier on what are the changes that you can make in order to be more proactive in your businesses. Third, perfect data. Often I hear we don't have clean data, so there's no way that I can implement an AI project. And yes, in the old world, we did depend on structured data and clean data in order to work with our SQL databases. But generative AI thrives on unstructured data. It helps us to clean the messes. So if you're sitting down waiting for clean data, you may be here to 2028. So why not throw that mess at AI? If you're finding our content helpful, please show us your support by subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, or sharing it with a colleague or friend who may also find this information helpful. We really, really appreciate your support. Stop these status update meetings. Use technology in order to update on projects and save the meeting times for strategy and decision making. Free up our time to focus on what matters more. And finally, stop banning the common license AI. Quite often hear that organizations aren't allowing their employees to utilize ChatGPT. But the reality is employees are using it. They may be using their own devices. They are off your network, so there's no way that you have any knowledge, or worse yet, any control. So if you really care about your privacy and security, and you don't want to end up on the front page of the paper, I highly recommend that you implement AI policies and a corporate AI tool or enterprise version so that you can control what is being shared, and most importantly, that your data isn't being used to be trained some of these public models. If you are spending 90% of your budget on maintenance, you're going to be completely derailed by your competitors who are spending 40% on AI. So start somewhere. Take an audit, do your 2026 to stop list. And until next time, it's Simone at Webstylze.